they say that money doesn't equal happiness. It's like, that's not untrue. That's bullshit. Like, you know, some of the if you show, you report the numbers to some founders who are reporting like really great profit and cash flow, they're super happy. Like, it's always fun delivering great news. You never want to deliver bad news. So for example, I like to say that revenue is a vanity metric in many instances, because you compare $1 with $1, they're not always the same, because $1 in a SaaS business is very different to $1 in a e-commerce business, because the margin generated from an e-commerce business might only be 40% gross margin, versus the SaaS business might be 90%. So SaaS business gets 90 cents of profit or gross profit for every dollar they sell. I know that sounds probably weird coming from accountants who would always want to measure everything, right? Like, I think it's almost like the opposite. And to me, that used to be me until I realized you start probably being more clued on and learning how things are tracked and measured. You realize it's all made up. Like, ROAS was never really accurate ever. And like, the whole thing of attribution, I mean, like, we can go down a rabbit hole of that if we wanted to, but it's like, yeah, it's just made up. So I think how we think about like ROI of marketing is, and particularly like e-commerce brands, for example, you know, you look at MER, or, you know, marketing or media efficiency ratio, you look at, well, how much are you spending versus what is the revenue, and so long as that percent is within the bucket of what we've allocated as the budget, which means that we set that budget based on profit goals or cash flow goals to make sure we can still turn the engine, that's okay. So however you spend that budget is up to you. You know, that's up to the marketing team and how you guys do it. But so long as we are within that kind of those rails, we're all good, basically. And everyone talks about, you know, profit and things like that, and that's usually the metric that everyone looks at. I actually think gross profit is your revenue less all your variable kind of cost of sales. Revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, but cash is reality. And I think that's true, it's honest, and yeah, applies to every scenario. That revenue is a vanity metric, as we always talk about.